When it comes to booking a holiday, people often ask me how I go about doing it myself. Most people would simply go to a large tour operator like TUI or Jet2 and have them take care of everything. And sometimes that may be the best way, but I've only ever booked one package holiday in all my years of traveling and instead do everything myself. Today I'll walk you through how I go about booking my own trips. Now let's jump straight in. My overall strategy is to look for flights and hotels separately. Flights first, then hotels secondly, followed by any other items such as parking and car hire. This is why I've split this video up into 3 parts. In this video, I'll concentrate on looking for flights. If you have a destination in mind, then that makes things easier as it effectively narrows down your choices. Sometimes too much choice is a bad thing as it can get a bit overwhelming deciding on which destinations to pick. However, let's say for argument's sake you didn't have a destination in mind, then these 2 websites is where I would start. Skyscanner is a great place to start in terms of looking for a flight. You can select your home airport, select Explore Everywhere and see what the prices are broadly at a glance. If you have a particular month in mind, you can select to search the entire month. This will hopefully help you narrow down a destination that is within your budget and during a month that you might need to take a vacation. It might even show you destinations that you didn't consider before. One thing to be aware of is a city may have multiple airports, so be sure which one you're booking into. Take Barcelona as an example. Ryanair fly to 3 different airports all labelled as Barcelona. However, only one is really considered close to Barcelona, with the other 2 being over a 90-minute drive away. Now, I did mention 2 websites that will help you. The second one is Google Flights. You can do a similar broad search using Google Flights, although unlike Skyscanner, Google Flights has its limitations. It can only search 6 months ahead and you are restricted to either a weekend, week or 2-week trip in terms of the Explore function. But it is worthwhile to check out just in case you missed a potential destination. Now back to Skyscanner. Let's say I want to go to Spain in December. I change the month to December, click on search. From the list, select the country you have in mind and then the city. Top tip, Canary Islands are actually a good winter destination, getting an average of 20 degrees or more in December. I've been at times when it's hit over 25 degrees in winter. Let's use Gran Canaria, which is the most populous Canary Island, as an example. Once you've got the calendar open, I would recommend ticking the direct flights only option unless the direct ones are too expensive. You will then see all the dates available. Select departure and return dates to view the flight. So in this example, £45 for a 1800 mile flight isn't too bad. Make sure you click through to the airline's website and make sure that the fare is actually available. I did a separate video about why booking direct with the airline is better than booking via an online travel agent. Even with the £5 difference here, I'd recommend booking direct with the airline. You'll also need to add any baggage if required. Once you've got a price for your party, make a note of it, but don't book just yet. One last thing to consider is points. If you're an Avios collector like me, then you shouldn't dismiss any potential uses that you might get from points accumulated over the years. The use of points deserves its own video, but for now all you need to check is if you could potentially use points instead of paying for flights with cash. The aim with points like Avios is to get value of at least 1p per point when comparing to a cash ticket. For example, if a cash flight costs £50 but the Avios cost is 20,000 points, you're better off paying for the cash flight as you're only getting a value of 0.25 pence per Avios. If, however, the cash cost is £200 and the Avios requirement is 20,000 points, you are getting 1p per Avios in value. In that scenario, I'd book the Avios ticket. Now, of course, this 1p per Avios isn't a hard and fast figure. Some people may still see value in cashing in even when they only get 0.8p per Avios. It all depends on if you're Avios rich or if your points are due to expire, therefore you need to use them or lose them. Once you've decided on your flights, don't book them just yet. The next step is to look for a suitable hotel. Watch part 2 of this series for more information about booking hotels.